If you followed my instructions correctly, you have just shuffled the pack and removed three cards at random from the pack. Although your actions may have seemed completely random and that really any card could have been in any position, I can assure you that it was not. The cards you took were taken because there is something that you need to hear that is contained within the cards. The cards themselves have a will and they find themselves in the correct position at the correct time. Where there is a will, there is a way. When I look at the playing cards, I do not see hearts, spades, clubs, and diamonds. I see conflicts and resolutions, dangerous love affairs yet to begin, intrigues, fortunes gained and lost, elections that are very interesting. Things sometimes are very unusual on those election nights. But I see a lot of things. And right now, I see something in the cards that you have pulled. Um, if we start with the first card, and to get right into it, the first card will be a card that represents the past in our little game, and I the two of spades, if I'm not mistaken, if you pulled that in that order, the two of spades represents that in the past there was this overwhelming feeling of difficulties that you knew were coming. You found out about some sort of difficulties, and um, I believe that these were things that were quite challenging when you first heard them, but you found a way to get through them. And the reason why we bring this up is because all of this relates to what is happening in the present and will happen in the future. So, um, whatever you find that connects to, for whatever reason, there is a part of that message that will make sense as things unfold. But just remember that in the past, this overwhelming feeling of facing difficulties and knowing difficulties were coming and your reaction to them. I feel my intuition tells me that this is not so much about the difficulties themselves, but rather how you chose to approach them. And I don't know if you chose to approach them in a negative way or a positive way, but whatever way you did, it does affect what is coming up next. When I look at the present, I see the three of spades. The three of spades is uh, is a message, and the message is a warning. And this is a warning that you're probably dealing with right now, and that message is to beware of deciding something too quickly. Right now, you are faced with some sort of decision. And it may relate to that past event, but it may not. It could just relate to the way that you approach this, because more than what's happening in the external world is what happens in the internal world. And I feel that this is a warning for you to beware of deciding something too quickly. Now, this doesn't mean to stay away from it or to put it off in the back of your mind. It's just um, sometimes it's okay to wait a little bit before making a decision. And I feel that if you were to give this even just a week or two of extra time to um, just let things settle down, let yourself really just relax and synchronize with it. And so, it's one of the funny things they say, like when you're lost in the forest, people panic and they take rash decisions, and these rash decisions end up having really negative consequences over time because they utilize all their energy, their body's hydration, all their mental focus. They use all that, they're sweating, running around, trying to trying to get somewhere, and they really wear themselves out. So when it is time for them to really take important decisions, they're not in the best place to do that. So that is what I'm feeling. This idea of just taking time to relax in whatever it is that is going on, um, and becoming in tune with it. And I feel like with that, you have a better chance of of helping things develop the way you want things to develop. And that's another thing. I do feel like you have an idea of how you want things to unfold, and if you can approach them, um, and maybe this is the way that you approach your difficulties in the past. Maybe you have learned something from the difficult changes in your life in the past. Um, but you sort of know how you want this to unfold, regardless. And not only that, but right now you have the resources, the inner resources to be able to really do that properly so that things can happen the way that you want them to happen. And another thing that I would add to that is the more you are able to visualize the way that you want things to unfold, the easier it will be for these things to unfold the way that you want them to. Um, and this is something that I really have a sense that you are going to be in control of. Um, I don't feel like this is something that somebody else is going to come in and miraculously help you with. Um, I feel that you are going to be having to do a lot of this work yourself. But the good news is you are well able to do that. Um, Now, when we look at the future card, the Ten of Spades, I have to be careful how I phrase this because this is not really a guarantee of how things will happen. This is just a potential, and with a potential, um, we just it's just like when you're planning a war campaign or a game or anything. You want to be prepared for eventual outcomes, and this again is another card giving you a warning, but this is a warning that I think you will appreciate, and this is a warning that you already know, um, but that you will appreciate to hear again because you will know what to do with it. And that warning, the warning that the Ten of Spades gives you is a warning to be careful, especially to be careful what you are, how you are informing the people around you, um, and that is namely through signals. So be careful what signals you are giving people, and be careful not to send people the wrong symbol. Um, I find that oftentimes we can get ourselves caught in being comfortable around other people when we're getting to know them or we think we know them, and you can share something that is, and you're sharing it because you're becoming closer to this person, and they might take it the wrong way. And this could be, somebody asking you what they think about a piece of clothing, for instance, or about something else, and you just, tell them the truth because you think, you're close to this person. They want the truth, and they could take that as a signal um, of something that that you had some intent that you did not have. So this is really a warning of just confusing intents. And so I would just say, um, keep your intentions to yourself. Keep your intentions guarded, and when it is time to share them with the right person in the right way, you will know uh, when that is, and you already know how to do that. Um, so I don't know why these cards came to you right now. They seem overwhelmingly negative, but I think that is just more of a reflection of really the season that we're in. There's sort of a feeling of just uncertainty with with life, with the world, with what's going to happen, and there's just sort of a just this overhanging negative presence, and this is just a warning for us to be careful, and not to fall into, I don't know, little traps here and there that can get us in trouble uh, along the way. So that's what I'm saying, and I don't know if that makes any sense to you. I think I did all the heavy lifting, so um, if that makes sense to you, and you know what you need to do, then go ahead and do that. And again, this is for entertainment purposes, just to help you more imagine how things can be. This is, these are just cards, uh, and the so so take that as you will. And and there is also something interesting about the numbers here, but my math is sort of just spinning in my mind right now, so I'm gonna have to sit on it. Um, I also sense there's some sort of question that you have that is unresolved, but and we didn't get to that today, and I don't think you're gonna get a resolution to that question today. But there's probably more than one question that you have unresolved, just a sense of uncertainty. And the good news is that things, even though they're cloudy right now, and this is a period of waiting, and this is a rule really of thousands of years old, when things are cloudy, to not make a move, and to wait until things are clear so that you can make the moves that you want to make, with full perspective of where you're going and how you're going to get there. So whatever it is that you have that is unanswered right now, this overwhelming feeling of uncertainty, just know that there is going to be a time when those negative, those dark clouds part, and you are going to see the paths where there were no paths before, and ways where there were no ways, and really, that time is coming. So just hold on, and in the meantime, just avoid the little negative stuff that you can along the way. And I hope this made sense to you. I don't know if it did, but you will let me know, I'm sure. All right. Have a good day.